The soldier saw the enemy mopping up the battlefield, watching as those wounded comrades were being disposed of by the enemy without a care. But the soldier could do nothing about it. Just then he suddenly heard someone calling his name. He fixed his eyes and looked. A wounded comrade was lying there. He thought, at least he'd get this comrade out alive. So he quickly buried his comrade in the soil, then pulled over a corpse to cover himself for concealment. When the enemy troops passed by them, his heart and his comrade's heart were in their mouths. Suddenly, an enemy soldier turned around and stabbed the corpse on him. Fortunately, he was unharmed. After the enemy troops had gone far away, he immediately pushed the corpse away, then pulled the buried comrade out. Not far away, he caught a glimpse of another soldier still alive, and without thinking twice, he immediately rushed over to rescue him. At that moment, the enemy spotted him and immediately opened fire on him. He jumped into a tunnel. He bet the enemy would not dare to come in. Unexpectedly, the enemy threw a grenade in. He immediately ran away, narrowly escaping being blown up. He was just about to leave the tunnel when he found a wounded enemy soldier. Judging by the other's appearance, it seemed that he thought he was done for, but he actually bandaged the wounded enemy soldier's wounds, and he just felt that he was saving a life. The two armies fought fiercely until late at night, and he kept rescuing his comrades until late at night. Even though his body was extremely weak, he still kept evacuating the wounded from the battlefield, even including enemy soldiers.
One more. Help me get one more.
The wounded came down from the cliff one after another. His hands were bleeding profusely from being strained by the rope, but he didn't care. The captain saw dozens of rescued comrades and was greatly shocked.
How'd you get down, son?
Doss.
What, Alan Doss did this?
Nothing, just Doss.
Just Doss.
Just Doss.
Doss kept rescuing people until dawn, and he finally found the wounded instructor, but the enemy would soon approach here. So he picked up the instructor's rifle, but he did not open fire on the enemy. Instead, he wrapped the rifle with cloth, using it as a temporary handle. When he was dragging the instructor to evacuate, the instructor provided cover. In the end, they successfully withstood the enemy's fire and evacuated safely. The soldiers looked at Doss quietly and silently saluted him, because he had saved 76 lives by himself. He was a true hero. The soldiers seemed to be inspired by him. There was no longer fear of death in their eyes, and they charged bravely on the battlefield. The enemy was utterly routed and finally surrendered. However, an enemy officer suddenly threw a grenade in an attempt to counterattack. Doss rushed forward and swatted away one grenade, but he was accidentally injured when kicking away the second one. His comrades quickly carried him onto a stretcher. He finally got a chance to catch his breath, and in the end, he evacuated safely under his comrades' gaze.